Roblox made a huge announcement today, kind of gassing themselves up. People are not happy. They also had some other type of announcement thing, but it's not really an announcement. It was just Dave Baszucki going on a podcast and talking about how Roblox now wants to allow dating, guys. Isn't that really cool and awesome? Now, even in all that negative news, there is still a positive story here that is like insanely positive because Roblox finally banned a game that should have been banned ages ago. And yeah, it's just unheard of now that we see that stuff kind of happen. But I talk about all that and more later in this video. All you have to do is subscribe because it means a lot. And then we can move on to the first story, which just happens to be something that is so insanely small, but I thought it was pretty cool because yesterday on today's picks, Regretivator and Epic Minigames did this funny little thing where they kind of were waving at each other. Oh wait, this was 2 days ago. I apologize. I'm a little late. But as you can see, there's this tweet that I saw that says, "Seems cool. What could it be?" With a screenshot of today's picks where you can see Regretivator and Epic Minigames just waving at each other. Very cool stuff. We've seen this on Roblox a couple times. I think it all started off with Lumber Tycoon and Jailbreak back in like 2016 probably when they were the top games on Roblox. They did something like this, and now the tradition just keeps getting passed down to more and more games, and it's always awesome to see. I love this type of stuff. That's very cool. But yeah, I got a lot of tweets about this. People were very excited to see this on the front page yesterday, or 2 days ago, sorry. But either way, we can now move on to some actual news instead of just cool stuff on the website, because Roblox officially updated their ban notes to look a little bit different. So I got this tweet and a couple of other tweets basically saying the same thing, saying they changed the ban pop-up instead of making a better egg hunt, which I like the tweet attached to this. But if we look at the picture, you can see that yes, ban notes are now actually changed to look a little different. Now, I do want to say that this person definitely deserved to get banned, I guess. If you look, they told someone to, yeah, you know, yeah, the ban note actually looks a little bit different now. I'm not really sure where this shows up, if it's on the website or like the app. I think it's the website because you can see a little scroll bar on the right, and I think that only shows up on websites. Yeah, either way, Roblox did change the ban note and how it looks on PC, which is kind of crazy because the ban note on PC, I think, has kind of looked the exact same for like 10 years. Or no. It's probably been about like 5 years, I'd say. And it has now officially changed once again to look a little bit more modern. And that's it, really. Ban notes are now changed to look a little bit different. That's the whole update. Not really a big thing. I don't know. But now we can move on to another update that Roblox released that is actually pretty cool. And it got a lot of attention on Twitter. So let's talk about it because Maximum ADHD tweeted out this saying, Roblox is increasing the maximum range of lights from 60 to 100 studs. There will be an opt-in property under the lighting service called Extend Light Range to 120. This will start default disabled with the option to opt in, eventually switching to default enabled and phasing out. Interesting. So if you don't know what this means, basically, I guess light objects in Roblox had a limit of how many studs they could actually project onto, I guess, which was pretty annoying. I remember making Roblox games that had to do with lighting and putting some lighting stuff like a flashlight in my game and realizing that Roblox lights can only go so far. But now Roblox has effectively doubled that radius, and it is a huge update for developers. As you can see, here's a screenshot that Maximum ADHD includes in his follow-up tweet, showing off the old and new radius that you can have on lights. As you can see on the left, it is only 60, which is so dang tiny, bro, in retrospect. And now it can go all the way up to 120, which is literally double the size, actually like 4 times the size. So yeah, actually a pretty good update for developers. But I'm starting to see a lot of comments here that kind of are pretty good points, such as Nico Rock saying, why no infinite light range? Which Max then responded saying, because lighting voxels needing to be lazy updated. Not really sure what that means. I'm pretty stupid, but either way, it just seems like a technical thing as to why Roblox can't make it unlimited. And I'm still glad that they made it literally 4x the size because that's insanely good. And yeah, you can see so many developers excited. Everybody's excited. Everybody loves this update. And what does this mean for you as a player? If you're not a developer, nothing really. I mean, maybe lighting might look a little different in Roblox games after people start using this feature in a better way. So that could be kind of cool. But now we can move on to some pretty big stuff. And it's a ginormous positive story. And then we can get to the 2 terrible stories because Roblox finally banned a Roblox game that people have been wanting to get banned for a long time. Now, I'm not even going to show this game, but basically there was a news story that I can't really show here talking about how somebody on Roblox got arrested because they were saying terrible stuff in a specific Roblox game. Now, this specific Roblox game was a game that you would usually use to, you know, pray, but instead it got taken over by bad actors to use it to say and do bad things on Roblox. That's as far as I can really go into this. But either way, this all kind of came about like a couple weeks ago, and ever since that one specific person got arrested for playing this game, people have been begging Roblox to ban it, bro. They've been begging Roblox. Thankfully, as of yesterday, the prayers were answered because Roblox did officially put the game under review. Again, I can't really show this game on screen. It's not really bad inherently, but I do imagine that it is not a game that is allowed to be shown on YouTube because of its history. But either way, what I can show is the responses to the situation because, yeah, as you can see, here's what Surreal said. Kind of crazy how this isn't really the developer's fault because, yeah, the game itself by the developer was not really bad at all. The game itself wasn't even bad. It was just a game that was taken over. But either way, he goes on to say, and they're being punished for someone else's behavior. I kind of feel bad. Slep then says, I agree, but it makes sense. He should have hired some mods or something. It literally became a blank. But yeah, you can see a lot of the comments saying stuff like they finally locked in for once. They finally did something right. Massive W. People are very, very hyped about this because, yeah, this game was in the news a couple weeks ago for bad reasons, bro. And thankfully, Roblox actually listened to us. It took a little bit of time, but it was at least less time than the Teddy situation. So Roblox is slightly getting better. And as long as they don't re-upload this game, I think we'll be good. Okay. Well, either way, if they do re-upload the game, I wouldn't really be too mad because, again, it isn't the developer's fault that all of this happened. But I do hope that if they do re-upload the game, it does have more moderation in place because it was bad. But either way, we can now move on to bad news because, guys, it is terrible. So let's talk about Dave Baszucki and the whole dating fiasco because apparently Dave Baszucki went on a podcast and talked about a bunch of stuff. But the main thing that people are taking out of it is that Dave Baszucki talked about how he wanted dating to be on Roblox in a bigger way. Now, I'm going to go into all the details about it because it is a like 1-minute clip that he talked about this. And either way, I don't think any of it is really the best thing that he could have said. So here's a news station that reported on it called Dual Shockers. I've never really heard of these people, but let's read it because their headline says Roblox CEO continues his pitch of Roblox as a dating site, bruh. But basically they go on to talk about how initially in Roblox's keynote at RDC, I think 2024 or 2023, they talked about how they wanted dating to be somewhat on Roblox with this thing right here that I'll show on screen. Thousands of adults will meet for the first time in Roblox dating experiences. So like that's kind of talking about how he wants dating games to kind of exist. But anyway, going back to the news story, that's not the main thing that happened here because he went on a podcast where he said stuff like this. The idea of having a dating community on Roblox isn't entirely insane, as Roblox wouldn't be used to find dates, but rather facilitate people already in relationships. The CEO explained, I think a lot of people who were too afraid to go on real life dates might find it easier to have a virtual date to start. So that's just what was said in the news story here. But Green Lego Cats actually tweeted out a clip of this podcast, a 1-minute clip that I'm going to watch and then I'll summarize for you. Green Lego Cats said, Roblox CEO David Baszucki has once again voiced his intent to allow online dating on Roblox. He randomly brought it up and he thinks there is a loneliness epidemic, and I guess he believes Roblox dating could improve that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so initially in this clip that Green Lego Cats talks about, it starts off for the first half of it talking about how Roblox can be used to find friends, how it's a big platform for people to find friends because of stuff like, I don't know, maybe like online schooling or whatever. But then after the 30-second mark, he then starts to go on about online dating being a possibility for people that are 21 plus on Roblox. And he literally says in this video, quote me on this,
someday we'll have dating on Roblox. And I think a lot of people who might be afraid to go on a real life date might find it easier to have a virtual date to start. And then if they connect, move to the physical world. So I think, you know, in a wellness platform, I think of as a platform to help loneliness and help bring connection.
He then goes on to say that, yeah, it'll be easier to have dates on Roblox than in real life, and that it could be a possibility someday in the future, and that it will be a possibility in the future, I guess. Very interesting stuff, Dave Baszucki. Now, he does clarify that he's only really talking about people 21 and up. So I guess that's a little better than what he said at RDC a couple of years ago. And either way, a lot of people are just clowning on this, bro. They say this is so... Yeah, guys. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this clip. Like, I don't think Roblox in general should have dating experiences on Roblox. I think the platform is too big for that to be a possibility. And it opens a lot of people up to a lot of bad things. Like, I get he was saying 21 and up only are only going to be able to participate in these dating experiences that will be on Roblox someday. But either way, I just feel like Roblox is not the platform for that. I don't know. And I don't think a CEO should be really gassing that up. Like, obviously, people are going to form relationships over Roblox naturally. That's just going to happen with the internet in general. But should a CEO of a platform be gassing that idea up so much? I don't think so. I feel like that's not a good thing. I don't know. But either way, that's not even the worst announcement that Roblox has had, because Dave Baszucki also tweeted this out a couple days ago saying, our AI moderation system is built on large transformer-based models. We distill and quantize these models to keep the system fast and efficient. The models handling our text filters are handling 750,000 RPS, which I'm not really sure what RPS is. And you already know, with people's opinions on AI moderation and Roblox, this tweet did not go over well, getting around 240 comments and 291 likes. He literally almost got ratioed. Well, actually, in the comments, he did get ratioed by Green Lego Cats. Green Lego Cats got literally more likes than him, which is just insane. Yeah, Roblox announced how they're going to be, you know, using more AI to moderate and how it's going to be epic. And they got absolutely owned by their community. once again. And I mean, okay, with this one, I understand, like, yes, AI could definitely help with moderation, but it is so not perfect. Like, we have known this for a long time. It is not good. And I just don't think AI is there yet, dude. I'm not a big AI fan, okay, but I definitely think this is a part where AI could help, but it's just not there yet, David. It's not there yet, and I don't think you should be bragging about it because, dude, I literally made a video not that long ago talking about how AI moderation is, like, falsely banning a bunch of people for saying stupid stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. David, you kind of knew what you're doing here. This is not a good look. Yeah, in this post that David links here, they talk about how they train the AI, the types of things that will get flagged. If you get flagged, what you'll see, like, they show, like, the warnings that you usually get. So if you get one of these on Roblox, it means that AI got you. It's something that I wouldn't really care to read through in this video because it's very technical and I am stupid. But the grand scheme of things is Roblox is just kind of gassing up their AI moderation, talking about how it's constantly improving and how it's always getting better and whatnot. That's just kind of how AI works, I guess. But obviously, as we all know, AI moderation is not getting better enough, and it's still falsely banning people. It's also not banning enough bad actors, and that's kind of what every single, like, reply to this tweet points out. And literally everybody is saying that Roblox should just hire real people. Now, I do want to say, like, I think it's impossible for Roblox to hire enough people to moderate a platform this ginormous, but it does definitely seem like they're hiring less real people than they used to, or maybe they're not scaling up the hiring of real people, which is definitely not the best way to do it. Like, yes, obviously AI can assist in some way, shape, or form. Roblox is a massive platform. It's hard to moderate it, but they have so much money. There's got to be a way for them to figure it out, dude. And that's all we ask, Roblox.